Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadden back again with another free real life stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys are having a profitable week. It is halfway through the week, guys. It is Wednesday, and let's talk about the broader markets. Now, we did mention on Friday that we're most likely going to have a gap down and then a continuation and possibly have about a 5% pullback on the markets. If you have a look now, guys, on the SPY, we have currently gone down around about almost close to 4% from the all-time highs, which I mentioned would possibly continue. In the trading room, we did mention that after this gap and go that we had on Friday, that would most likely come back up, fill the gap, get some rejection, and then roll back down lower. So we have currently had a gorgeous little double top with a retest of the neckline, and I do expect this one to come back down to the 100 simple moving average, which would then in turn bring us down to that gorgeous little 5% pullback, at least on the downside on the SPY. Here's the E-minis. Now you can see here the double top that did play out a little bit better. We did find that rejection once again, and now we are kind of just consolidating a little bit. Where do I think we are here in the grand scheme of things, guys? If you look left, back here, we did get a little bit of volatility for about 3 to 4 days, and then we ended up rolling back down. So I do expect this probably to trade up a little bit higher, and then look to take this one back down. Now, AMD is another stock that has just been scorching higher, and we did create a brand new all-time high last night. However, it was a retest gap, and we did come back down and retest. If you take a look at the RSI, guys, if you are a fan of this indicator, we are currently getting some divergence. Now, we are getting some higher highs in the broader markets, however, looking a little bit weaker. So we are looking like we possibly will either consolidate and or look to reverse up here. If you are in AMD, it's been an absolute powerhouse. It's gone up since October. It's gone up over 63%, which is absolutely insane. So look to lock in your gains and or protect the downside on AMD. Here's another microchip company, Micron Technologies. We did have this phenomenal breakout from the 100 simple moving average down here. Gorgeous little Morningstar reversal pattern, and a great trade high back into these highs. And you can see here on the weekly chart that we are getting some selling pressure coming in. So on the daily chart, you can see here roughly around this 86 level is struggling to go higher. We also have a one black crow candle with volume, so expect this one to pull back over the next coming days on Micron. Here's BOEING. Now, BOEING, I did draw little Mr. Squiggles here after we had this gap and go on Friday. I did mention that we would most likely trade up to around about, pretty much right around about there, and then trade back down to a support level. Now, we are currently holding these levels that we had back in February and January. Are we going to bounce here? We'll just have to wait and see. Or are we going to cruise on lower? The weekly chart still looking a little bit weak, but as you can see here, the volume's actually starting to drop off, which is good to see. We're slowing down on the downside, which means we could possibly see a reversal very, very soon on BOEING. Now, here is the Aussie 200. I did mention that this one was looking bearish. Gorgeous little high wave candle just yesterday. Phenomenal volume. The last 3 days have been very, very volatile. We are at the 200 simple moving average. I did mention this was going to occur and then possibly going to trade sideways. This is a triple top, or quadruple top I should say, and we did retest the neckline. So if we do go lower, guys, that $7,000 mark is going to be a nice little buying location for the Aussie 200, but just bear in mind that we could potentially go lower if the US does look at defaulting on their debt, which is only 2 weeks away. So a lot of volatility going to be coming into the markets very, very soon. Here's Webjet. Now, Webjet has been pulling back. You can see here we had this gorgeous little triple top, and I mean, not too many people are traveling yet. If you take a look at the weekly chart, we are just chilling out at the 100 simple moving average. This was a nice little accumulation zone for the majority of the year for Webjet, and as travel starts to slowly open up, we should see a little bit more consolidation and holding of this level. So if you are a long-term investor of Webjet, this is the level that you will be wanting to look at, roughly around the $4.80 mark to $5 mark on Webjet. Here is Woodside Petroleum, ticker symbol WPL. Now this one has also got a phenomenal hammer candle with volume. We should not break this particular level, guys. I do expect us to at least trade sideways at this level. We did get this double bottom retest, then traded higher. Coming back down to the longer term retest, which is also creating somewhat of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. On the weekly chart, we are trading very, very nicely. You can see here we have got a nice long lower shadow, but more importantly, we've got the higher lows on Woodside Petroleum as well. Here's ticker symbol GLN, gallon lithium. Now with a lot of EVs coming out, all the cars, this has obviously just been going bonkers right now, going absolutely higher. What you can see today, guys, is we have what is called a bearish Harami candlestick pattern. Now, this one is a little bit bearish. We have currently dropped about 4.5% already on the day, struggling to get above $1.60 and closing strongly above that level. So at this point, guys, we're probably just going to either trade sideways and or look to reverse and come back down to the 100 simple moving average. Now, in the past, it's been a fairly decent time to at least accumulate shares. So if you are looking at GLN, look for a pullback somewhere around the 120, 125 level would most likely be a pretty decent level to start accumulating some shares. Here's crude oil. Now, crude oil, I did mention, was going to go lower. Back here, I mentioned we were going to go lower, and we have been crumbling lower back down to this $65 level or $66.50 level, which is a massive key level of support. Right now, inside day, we did have a small little gap up. We're probably just going to find a little bit of volatility here, a little bit of ups, a little bit of downs, but more importantly, guys, this is a dip buying. This is a dip buying location. We have pulled back about 20%, and if you take a look at the RSI level, we are getting pretty low for a nice little bounce. So keep that one on your watch list. Gold also just consolidating sideways at a nice little level of support here, holding above the 1750 or 1760 level, which is great to see. But we did get a little bit of volatility coming in yesterday as well. So just look for some nice little bullish volume coming in before you do go long. Otherwise, just be non-directional on gold, guys. You can see we've pretty much been going sideways since June and not really going anywhere too quickly. Here's the Aussie dollar. Now the Aussie dollar, phenomenal, phenomenal spinning top candle on this one. Also, on the RSI, we are very, very low. On the weekly chart, you can see here on the longer term moving averages, we are just chilling out at a pretty nice little long-term level of support. So Aussie dollar looking good for a bounce. Dollar index finding a little bit of resistance up here on the weekly chart. And probably going to head back down, which is going to be good to see. And the volatility index, guys, I did mention that we were most likely going to start to trade, I guess, bullish or bearish on the markets. That was the time to protect yourself, and volatility index picking up some heat. That's all I've got for you today, guys. If you have any tickers you would like me to review, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll happily do them for you in my next review. But until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys absolutely rock. Bye.